round three. Alvin, this movie, it is on Netflix and Paramount Plus. It's called Jerry and Marge Go Large. And this movie is starring Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening. And this movie, it is directed by David Frankel. So when I saw this movie that like it is on Netflix, I was excited to see this because starring Bryan Cranston, and this movie's premise is really interesting. And this movie centers around Jerry. He's recently retired from he's been working there like 45 years. After 45 years of working, he finally retired with his wife Annette Bening. This movie starts with, and we see Jerry. He's really is very scared to retire, and although he has nothing to do, and finally, when he finds this loophole to win lottery, we see he start betting on money on it. And later on in this movie, his wife, who didn't know anything about it, finally she finds out like, whoa, what is going on with him. And when she finds out, she's like, whoa, let's go big. Let's gamble everything we have. So when they go to gamble, they find out like this gamble station is no longer available where they live. So however, this like the lottery, it is available in like next state, which is like 10-hour drive. It's in Massachusetts. Oh, I cannot say this state's name. So it's basically 10 hours drive for them. So they need to go there and bet in that state. So I must say, first act for this movie, it is quite good. Definitely very interesting. I really like first act and the plot itself. It sounded really interesting. Especially I love Bryan Cranston. Anything he does, I like watching him. He's such a good actor. And this movie, when I was watching Bryan Cranston, end of the day, this movie does have very heavy dialogue, because end of the day, it's relying on math and all this thing. Like he talks about, even he talks to the people he next to him, and even they don't understand what is he saying. As the audience, I didn't understand either. This movie's plot is really hard to follow. Like what is going on? Like as the audience, I was so lost. I was like, how is he winning? I'm really confused. But as the movie goes on, plot becomes even more complicated. Like I really got lost. Overall, I did still enjoy this movie because of the cast. It's hard to not like Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening. She's not my favorite actress or anything. I think she's okay, but a lot of people love Annette Bening. I think she had a unfortunately okay chemistry with Bryan Cranston. Mainly, I really like Bryan Cranston in this movie. So the last the half in this movie, they do introduce more characters like Rainn Wilson from Office and many other people, because they are going to another state and everything. So they do encounter more problems later in the movie. So, you do see them, like how they overcome. Often the story isn't very easy to follow, and toward the end, it did become very puzzly, because there's also this, police, they're investigating because why this couple, they're driving 10 hours to win this. So all these things are happening in this movie. But overall, I'll say it is an okay movie. Something you can just watch, but you do get a little bit confused throughout the movie, as I'm saying. But it still is very watchable movie. It does have very interesting concept. And it is, I was reading, it is based on actually true events. So this event took place. So that's really interesting. You know what, watching this movie, like this movie didn't need to tell me true event. I know personally a lot of people do this, right? A lot of people go to lottery and like they enter to the win every time. So I personally never gamble or anything like that. I'm like Annette Bening character in this movie, how she was, right? She didn't even want to gamble $20 because that sounded a lot. I'm kind of like that. So I feel like this movie, it is very realistic, a lot of people, they do this. So it does bring really interesting concept for the audience. I feel like a lot of people will like this. Now that it's on Netflix, I don't know if it's on Paramount Plus, how many people will see. Although I'm not saying this movie is perfect, but it was a very watchable movie that I did like it because of Bryan Cranston. I do like this guy. He's such a likable actor. But still, I saw he had difficulty, like not him difficulties saying all this dialogue. It was hard to believe he's saying all this dialogue because, when you think about Bryan Cranston, you don't think he's very smart. Definitely don't think him as a like a math genius. Although he played this very smart person, right? Breaking Bad. I have never seen that show. I can believe it. I tried to see like a couple of episodes of Breaking Bad. Or maybe have never seen. I did not like. I'm not fan of that show. I know a lot of people are, but I have never seen. I know Bryan Cranston from Malcolm in the Middle. And many other stuff he does. So I know him from those things. So, to me, Bryan Cranston is kind of like this clumsy dad type person. Like, that's why when he was saying all this heavy math dialogue, I was just like, I don't know how to believe you. But I bet a lot of people will have different reaction to him. But I just had this reaction. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment. What do you think about this movie? I think it's worth checking if you like him and Annette Bening. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.